Hello, Pastor. My name is Alex. I'm the founder of Worship Ministry Training, an online training platform that has helped thousands of worship leaders all over the globe build healthy, organized, and excellent worship ministries. And I don't need to tell you this, but musical worship directly impacts the health and growth of your local church. In fact, a recent survey done by Pew Research found that 75% of churchgoers say that musical worship is a primary factor in choosing a church home. That means that besides your preaching, the quality of your church's musical worship is directly impacting whether or not a visitor will return the following week. Besides that, your worship leader is the second most visible and influential disciple maker in your church. Besides you, they have more time on the platform than anyone else. The songs they choose, the prayers they pray, the words they say from the stage are directly shaping your church week after week. Not to mention the fact that music done well can really soften people's hearts and make them receptive to the word. A great worship leader can truly help your church be prepared to hear the words of your sermon that you've worked so hard to prepare. So would you agree that your worship leader has massive influence at your church? And would you also agree that most likely they haven't had any formal training in their calling? I've interacted with thousands of worship leaders all over the world, and most of them get zero formal training. This is a shame for someone who holds such an influential position at your church. And it's likely leading to some frustration in you. You might be frustrated by your worship leader's lack of ability to achieve musical excellence. You might be frustrated in their disorganization, or their lack of biblical knowledge, or their focus on carnal external things instead of the deeper spiritual dynamics of leading a ministry. There are a lot of ways that your worship leader might be coming up short, and you likely don't have the time to invest in them the way that they need. And that's why we created the Worship Ministry Training Academy, to directly address all of these concerns and frustrations, and to help your worship leader become all that God has called them to be. We have courses that cover every major aspect of being a worship leader, from theology to building better worship sets, to developing healthy teams, to running efficient rehearsals, and optimizing all of our tech. On top of the courses, we have live monthly trainings and expert interviews with some of the best worship leaders in the world, so that your worship leader can be invested into by these experts. They'll also gain immediate access to our done-for-them ministry admin systems. I'm talking things like audition process, onboarding documents, weekly team devotions that they can use to lead their team spiritually, musician training documents so that we can train your musicians for you. Plus, we will weekly invest into your worship leader in a face-to-face format, and they'll also get direct access to me and our coaches and our supportive community so that your worship leader can get real questions answered quickly. You might be thinking that this sounds like it's going to cost a fortune, but we've intentionally kept our prices extremely low so that churches of all sizes can afford it. Your worship leader can get full access to our academy at just $19 per month if you pay annually. And we also have a one-time payment option if you want to get lifetime access and not have the recurring monthly fees. But that lifetime access opportunity is only available if you sign your worship leader up in the next couple of days. So if you want to avoid those monthly fees, I recommend you sign up your worship leader now. And don't worry, we do have a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have no risk whatsoever. And if you do have any questions, I am available to answer them. I will get back to you within 24 hours. You can email support@worshipministrytraining.com, and we will gladly get back to you. But I do recommend that you let your worship leader sign up in this window of time where we have this special offer. I pray that you'll invest into your worship leader. I know you likely don't have the time, but I will happily invest in them for you. I have been a worship pastor personally in churches ranging from 100 all the way up to 10,000 in size. And so whatever issue you're facing, I'm sure we have solutions for you. But I promise your life will be so much better if you have an equipped worship leader on your team. It can take a lot of stress off your plate because now you have a partner in ministry instead of someone that you have to manage. So sign up your worship leader today or give them approval or whatever you got to do. Thank you for all you do to serve your church. And now let me serve you and help you build a thriving worship ministry that your church deserves. God bless.